Hey guys, this is GamerCow. Welcome back to Touhou, the Genius of Sapphiros. Last time we took out Viotopus, however you say that. It's Vio, that's close enough. The turtle goddess. And yeah, we survived by 1 HP at the very end because Aging Drizzle is a butt, but you can circumvent it with Marco and that's all pretty awesome. Since we don't have any new synthesis stuff to get, and because I don't have to do any more like Satori stuff and whatnot, I am going to just go ahead and go straight into stage 21. This is the final stage of the main game, so we are just about there at this point, although in my off-screen stuff, not off-screen, in my backed up recording stuff, I'm only just about getting towards Satori learning things right now, so that kind of dates when this was done. So, I don't know, it's quite a long way into pre-recorded stuff, but hey, that's kind of how it has to go with where I am at the moment. But, with all that said, I have debated for a couple of days actually as to how I'm gonna try and do this stage, and I reckon I can survive the stage, although if one of the special enemies comes up, I am probably just gonna die. But, you know, that is not really the point for here, because I've decided that my initial run of this is going to just try and head straight towards the end. It's probably still going to take 2 parts, especially because of mid-stage cutscenes and stuff like that, but I am just going to make as big an effort as I can to get to the very end. Also, I was just showing the team off there because I can. Yeah, I'm going to make a concerted effort to get to the end as quick as possible. There are a fair few rooms in this stage you do not have to go into, but obviously we'll provide extra boxes and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's how we're going to go about this. We're just going to blitz it to the end so I can have the teleporter and the healing circle. The healing circle is not as important because obviously the one here is just like 2 rooms away, but the teleporter to the end of the stage is actually quite useful. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. So let's finally show the environment here, because this is an extreme difference to what we have seen before so far. This is the Gorgon Barrier, as Litos sort of hinted at before. It's a enter my barrier type of thing, and yeah, this is a very sort of space age, different worldy type thing. This is very, very different from what we've seen so far, and indeed the enemy has gotten very serious at this point, because only Litos remains, and yeah, she has created a gigantic barrier, hence the stage name Gorgon Barrier. So yeah, the thing is though, it is not something that we could could enter from, because we've just entered it obviously. It's more so that we can't get away. Spoilers, we can still get away if we need to. But yeah, essentially this is a hunting grounds for exceptionally powerful yokai. And Reimu's like, I don't care because we were gonna be hunting anyway, so yeah, the enemy has to be here, we can do this, and just, yeah, she can't run either, so we have to, yeah, just persist and fight us up. So yeah, it's only right to accept the event, I guess, so let's go. Alright. So a couple of things here. This is obviously the teleporter back. That is our enemy sprite for the stage here. The little blue hexagon there is the warp pad to the end, and treasure chests look like that hexagonal box up there. So that is the main differences, if you like, for the stage. It's not really differences in stuff, but it's differences in how it looks. Also, as you can hear, the music is no longer changing when we go into a battle. As great as this music is, this is all you hear during the stage, and it can get a bit repetitive. But anyway, let's discuss enemy stuff here, as I think I forgot to switch Leaf Shield out for Earthquake actually, because I kind of need an Earth attack here as well. So yeah, the enemy here, it is the Death Rider. it has a rather annoying trade. Also, I just noticed the tens. If you notice that on the life counts for Alice and Yomu, the tens are really big. I have no idea why. That's a text graphics error thing if I ever saw one. So this guy is weak to fire, and it usually gets 2 attacks per turn, one of which is almost always Drain Sword. And Drain Sword is annoying. It does a lot of damage even to Alice, and it heals it for double the damage it deals. So this thing can survive for quite a while, and it does have a lot of HP as well. I'm using Manusa stance now because I kind of do need the power. These guys hurt a lot, so yeah. And that physical deflect is coming from the maxed out Manusa stance that I have now. So with a full 25 points in Manusa, you can deflect physical attacks 10% of the time. This guy isn't undead as well as weak to fire, so Sunburst is exceptionally good here. You do want to have Sunburst around because it's just such a good skill. And yeah, enemies by themselves are not a huge deal, but when they're in like massive groups and stuff, that's when it becomes a problem. But the Manusa stance is alright. I mean, these guys have so much health too that it takes very, very large amounts of hits to take them out. But you can see that even my strongest characters, Alice, Satori, and Sanai, are getting bonus experience here. Not even mid-60s is enough to avoid getting bonus stuff here. So these enemies are very, very high level, and that will only serve us well as we go along. So yeah, I need to switch Leaf Shield out, although I really do want to keep Leaf Shield because it is very, very good in some of the fights, but I feel like I need everything else here. I might not need Mad Thunder actually. I don't remember if there's electric weakness stuff here all that much. There is in the last room, so I would need to change it for the final room, but I think for the rest of it, you know, I might as well keep it because it's a strong neutral attack, so yeah. Anyway, we have Bamboo there, and I'm not going to be going into that teleporter because the way we actually need to go to end this stage, I believe, is from here. Because this is into Room C, and Room C is the one that transfers into the final 2. There's only 7 rooms in this place, including the final room. So there are only 6 sets of, or 6 like floors for enemies. So yeah, this though is one of those wrapping rooms, and you can see we still get stuff like Snakeskin, which is pretty cool. But yeah, this is one of those wraparound type rooms, so not really a whole lot to do if you do not have a minimap, but obviously minimap stuff is available here, so we can kind of just explore the place a bit though. I always forget where I'm going here, and this is just back at the start, so yeah. You can see where the goal of our exploration is, but obviously not, you know, we're not there yet, so. But you can probably tell roughly where we're going with it. Anyway, the Mind Flayers get one last upgrade, and this Sandworm thing here, the Abyss Worm, is the reason why I want Earthquake, because it is Earth weak. And they can show up in multiples, so having Earthquake instead of Earth Javelin is not a bad call. And now I'm looking at it, Alice and Yomu have got perfectly normal life number stuff this time, so that was a weird glitch before. Anyway, I'm using mostly Spark Focus stuff with Marissa because I need as much power as I can get for stuff here. You see, I think I have all of the MP reduction stuff going at the moment, and I only have a like a 20 MP reduction. I don't quite know how that works because I'm sure I've had these at 8 MP before, so I don't know what I'm missing per se, but oh well, doesn't matter too much. Yeah, Yomu and Manusa. The Kusanagi is really good for slaying the flayers, so that's nice, but they're just as annoying as they used to be, so they're very resistant to magic. They have a ton of magic defense too, so even what's this called? Even the I'm trying to think of what it is. Oh, I can't think of it. The electric attacks that it's neutral to. even they do not do very much damage to it. So do not expect magic to do anything in this fight against those things. And the reason I have Marissa loaded up with so many bombs is so that I can Master Spark every second turn, basically. Dragon Fang Strike should be pretty good here. It's a bit higher power than an Enlightened Sword, so yeah. Although I don't think it's got the same crit chance. So there is that to it. Like, the Manusa stance crit rate is really nice, but I think you need to use Manusa skills in order to make that work, so yeah. But this worm takes a boatload of punishment, so you are going to want to do as, you know, just abuse as much damage. I'm actually just going to slash an Eternity here as well. You want to use your resources as much as possible here. Heal very often during this stage because, yeah, enemies take a ton of punishment. They have into like 10,000 HP sort of level, and they will not go down easy. Also, this worm can blind you if you... it can also paralyze too, but this worm can blind if with like Sandstorm or something, so do bear that in mind. So then Marissa gains another level, which is pretty cool, and Moko gains her last spell, her only last spell, not her last attack, that is different, but her last spell, Possessed by Phoenix, is a multi-target version of Zufu's Dimension. Takes so much MP though, it's not super great for the MP cost, and it doesn't give you any health regen, but it gives your entire party the ability to nullify one attack. Like, it gives them the focus, which is pretty good. So it has its uses. It's not necessarily the best of skills because it stops you using your bomb skills for a couple of, fair few turns actually, because I believe it's magic rather than physical, so couldn't really get away from that. So you do need some magic for this stage because the Golden Bomb is here. This thing has a fixed 300 regen per turn and is immune to physical, just like the previous versions of it. It is also a fire-water weak enemy, just like before. So when you have this sort of formation, focus on fire attacks because the Dryad Queen is weak to that as well. Kind of like the previous Dryad in the Forest of Magic 2, this thing mostly uses stuff like Enervation to debilitate you, so do keep that in mind. It can also Thornbind, which can daze through the resistance, so watch that. And yeah, this the Golden Bomb does a ton of HP recovery stuff, and it's just obnoxious. So I like to try and focus it down first, but you can see just how much health this thing has. It's actually kind of ridiculous how much recovery this guy possesses. It's just dumb. Like, he has so much HP, and yet he still recovers a lot. And the Dryad Queen, really doesn't take a whole lot of damage from physical either, so it's tough to take these sorts of enemies down. Like, they are extremely resilient, and that's why you've kind of just got to use as many high power moves as you can when dealing with stuff like this. That crit does help a lot though. Dragon Fang Strike is more powerful, as I've said before, than the than the equivalent, which is the what's it, Enlightened? It's not Enlightened. It's the I know what it is. It's a basic sword attack. It's not nearly as potent, but hey. I am actually going to heal Satori before she does area heal, just in case bad stuff happens. Yeah, Crescent Moon Slash, that's what it is. Couldn't think of the name of it. I don't know. I probably should have just taken out the Golden Bomb this turn, thinking about it. But, oh well, I wanted Hakuro up and I need to area heal as well, so maybe that's where one of Sanai's bomb heals would have been better. But, oh well. We've recovered all of our health, that is all that matters, and now we can just destroy this thing in the face, just in case it doesn't go down to Sunburst. I'm gonna Master Spark, I think, this turn as well, and Sana really doesn't need to do a whole lot from here. Master Spark luckily does pierce through the Dryad here, so That is useful. Oh yeah, it also has Vacuum Wave, which is a super strong, like, I don't remember if it's an Earth, I don't think it's an Earth-based attack, but it's defense ignoring, and Satori can learn it, so try and learn it if you can. But you saw how much damage that just did to Alice, and Alice is incredibly tanky, so clearly it's going to hurt no matter what you do. So yeah. Oh, we did get a drop from it though. I think they dropped gold, if I remember rightly, and we will find out once Yomu has her leveled. Yes, they do. Okay, that's good. Gold is really annoying to get, so glad to have that drop. And I didn't get away from that enemy in time, so whatever. Here is the final angel enemy thing in this this game, for main game stuff at the very least, the Cherubim. So it's even more annoying than the previous one, if you can believe that, because it's just even more tanky. I don't know if it has more Divine Barrier. That is something I would need to find out. It might have like 50% Divine Barrier, which would be super obnoxious. But what it does have is a kind of nasty light-based arsenal. So Shadow Flare is hopefully going to be able to bring that down a little bit. But yeah, it has multiple attacks potentially, and it just tanks so many hits. It's just obnoxious. I do not like this thing at all. It has a good drop, however, so maybe we'll get it eventually. I'm actually just gonna satellite slash it here. I do have a Slayer against it because obviously Kusanagi, so I'm just gonna go all in and yeah, nearly wreck its face. Oh yeah, it has Holy Breath too, so that's kind of a thing. Is the Master Spark gonna be enough? Probably not. Nope. That's just how much HP it has. It took a last spell to the face with full Slayer and everything, and it is still like alive by a lot. So yeah, it's a rude enemy. Let's just put it that way. And that's not going to be enough either, so I guess we are going to have to use a heal here, which is fine. Oh, it has Holy as well, yeah. So Holy is the light equivalent to Shadow Flare, and I would actually like to learn that, but I'm not going to go out of my way to try and get it just yet. So we are magnificently going round in circles here, which is fine, because that's kind of expected, and I did not get through that. Oh yeah, I forgot that guy existed in this stage. We might be screwed in this fight. I haven't fought against this thing yet, so I don't have water-based attacks to deal with it. I blanked on that entirely. Well, let's go over both enemies here. So the Sphinx actually has a move which I would want to learn as well. It has Refresh, and it's not too difficult to mind control, so at some point I will probably try and get that. And then we have the Machine Dragon, which is of course the Cyber... Which one of them would it have been based on? The Cyber Laser Dragon, I guess? Was it Laser Dragon? I forget, there was a couple of... I know there was a Cyber Barrier Dragon, but that's not what this is based on. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Cyber Dragon, basically. The Sphinx is weak to fire, so we can handle that quite nicely, but it also has a ton of status affliction stuff, so deal with that accordingly. And just like the previous Proto Dragon, this thing's evolution breath is incredibly powerful and not too easy to handle. It also has Blaster, which can be annoying, and of course Constrict can do paralysis, so as you can see, it does not take a lot of damage when you begin with stuff. It also has a field skill, which means I should probably have one on Alice too to compensate for that. But it has a field skill called, what was it, Cyber Barrier, which gives the enemies a lot of perfect dodge and magic barriers, so they can just outright evade your attacks and just bullshit through them, because that's how they are like. And yeah, it took about 1700, 1800 damage last turn, and it's not even phased in the slightest. So yeah, I also don't have a Slayer against it, which doesn't help. And it's all around not a nice guy. Enigma causes silence. Oh, and there's the barrier too. This is going to go downhill really quickly. Because as you can see, perfect dodge and magic barrier. It's not cool. And of course that evolution breath that it has is still just as powerful as before. So yeah, this is not good. That Sphinx could just refresh as well, and that's what I'm really afraid of. Is if it just decides to use refresh here, then I could be completely screwed. So I'm just going to try and... I guess I'm just going to try and focus it down first. It should be noted that the enemies in this stage do not really care very much for your... There it is. Ugh. Yeah, it murders faces, even when shielded. That's just how dangerous that skill is. This is why we've got Moko in the party, and I really need to like super heal stuff right now. So yeah, let's go ahead and revive Sunai here, because Sunai is the only one who can actually revive other characters. So kind of important that she stays alive. And yeah, that Slash of Eternity did nothing. No, don't dodge the Master Spark as well. Oh, I hate Cyber Barrier so much. I really should have had a field skill on Alice here, like Dole's War, just so I could replace stuff this way, because this is exceptionally annoying. Alice needs healing, so I need to focus on that just now. Marissa doesn't actually have any buffs anymore because she resisted the attack. Well, resisted. She basically survived because of Moko's commander skill, but the fact that she did survive because of that means that she lost all of her buffs, which is obnoxious, but what can you do? Crescent Moon should hopefully finish it if it doesn't get perfect dodged. Oh, it has swoop as well, yeah, because it's bird. Like, come on, really? Oh, this is the worst thing. And it's just, yeah. Cyber Barrier is the absolute worst thing ever. I am gonna have to heal after doing this, so we're not gonna get to the end in this particular setup, because you can see I just do not have the MP and stuff to deal with it. I am going to kill you with Slash of Eternity, I hope, because yeah, that would be nice right now. Or, you know, Galaxy could do it. That works too. Okay, solid enough hits there. Sunburst isn't really going to do much even if it does hit, so yeah. There's only one more turn of the dodging at the very least, which is nice, but this is still not a great situation. I don't really think there's much else I can do here, but I am going to just give Sunai herself a res buff because, you know, this thing has Blaster, so it's kind of worth it still. At least I've taken out the healer, that's the main thing here. But, oh my god, this barrier is the worst thing. And there's the Evolution Breath, and just about everybody dies, except not quite. But this is a tough situation to be in right now. I'm pretty sure I can't mind control it, but I may as well just try. And sure, we'll get a magic attack buff going. And do I want to use that? I think I should use Pascal this turn. Just, I'm almost out of bombs on Yomu, so that's a thing to consider. But Pascal is that much more powerful that I think it's kind of needed here. That triple crit does help, and there we go, taken out. Oh my god, that thing is so annoying. So, yeah, you can see it did give a lot of experience though, which is nice. But I have to hightail it out of here now because I don't have the resources to keep going, so back to the start we go. And that will probably be our first endeavour into this place. As much as I want to keep going with stuff. I have the resources to take these guys on. As much as I want to keep going with stuff that way, it's because the mid-stage cutscene is at the end of that room. I have already seen how long this is going on for, and it's a perfectly acceptable place to stop, so that is what we shall do. So Alistair is just a generic sort of thing here. It's relatively powerful actually, but it's nothing that you can't handle at this point. Like, it can control land, that's about the most dangerous thing it does, and beyond that you should be okay with it really. So yeah, use earth attacks when you can. I'm actually just going to use a bomb hero I think with Sanai this turn. And yeah, just do what you can against stuff like this. It's not too bad, but if it focuses the lightning land too much, then it can be a bit of a problem. So let's hope this hits mostly here. That's pretty solid. It's a good amount of hits to go up against that. I think Dragon Fang Strike should beat the Flare from here. That double cast on Master Spark helps as well though. It's nice when you can double cast the spell cards because, you know, more power to you and stuff. It doesn't take the extra bomb, that's why it's so good. But even with that, this guy is still nowhere close to being taken out. Oh, the enemies have so much HP in this stage. That Queen Flare is not really anywhere close to being taken out either, and it got hit 4 times by that Slash of Eternity. Jeez. It gets kind of bad when you have a lot of them in one go. But, so far we're okay. And Alice has got the electric armor on at the moment, which is why she didn't really take any damage there. And yeah, Dragon Fang Strike will definitely take it out this time, thankfully. So there is that. Will this finish it? Yep, it will. Even the basic enemies here though give so much experience, and you can see 4 levels in one go here is super good. So Satori getting to level 63, Sana getting a new skill, which is pretty good. I don't know if I'm going to use that one though, but it's a solid enough thing to have around. And Marissa will gain a new skill next level, which will potentially help out a little bit in here. And of course Moko catching up as well, which is good. So with that said, this has been GamerCow playing Touhou the Genesis Havros, and next time we hopefully get to the end of the stage, maybe? Question mark? I don't know, it depends what we find, because there are some special things to deal with. Just as a final show though, that skill that we got, if it would be used at all, it's going to replace the Omikuji thing here, because it is just a flat up upgrade. Takes a lot of MP to use, but it's a medium strength multi-heal. It has an extra turn of cooldown. That's the reason I'm a little bit more hesitant on it, because it does have that 3-turn cooldown, which is, I believe, a 2-turn cooldown because of Sunrise Growth Tree stuff, right? Yeah, recovery skill cooldown -1. So it means you have 2 turns of not being able to use revives, but the full party heal, and it's the same strength as Grand Healing Miracle, it outweighs it, I think, for most stuff here. So I guess that is what we shall use. So yeah, next time we hopefully finish this. If not, well, we'll just enjoy our time in this stage, right? See you guys next time.